Well, FIFA have provided an explanation. On X, they say, according to the data provided by connected ball technology housed within the football, it was proven that contact was made by Croatia's Igor Mantanovic in the build-up to the goal against Portugal, allowing the referee to correctly determine offside and disallow the goal. IMU sensors housed within the ball are capable of determining any slight contact, displayed to viewers in the broadcast as a heartbeat graphic, and allowing officials an unprecedented level of data to make fast, accurate decisions.
And here is that heartbeat graphic, a first proper glimpse of this snickometer being used at this World Cup, the technology that maybe not a lot of you knew was being used. Now, snicko, as it's more commonly known, is often used in cricket and helps to detect sound waves to pick up if contact has been made with something when watching a replay back in slow motion. Now, in this case, there is a microchip inside the World Cup ball which records highly accurate real-time data on everything, including movement, speed, trajectory and, crucially, touches by players. Now, this chip feeds information back to the VAR. What you may not have been aware of is that snicko has already been used at FIFA for well over 5 years now, first appearing at the 2022 World Cup, and it was also available at the European Championships in 2024. The sensor in the ball produces that clear waveform graphic and spikes there if it makes contact. VAR assistant Jared Gillett spotted that spike and instructed the referee to go to the monitor before disallowing Croatia's goal. So having heard that explanation, Charlie, we know you're no stranger to VAR. How does that decision sit with you and the way we got there and the moment, really? Because football is a moment's game, an emotional game, and that emotion was changed.
Listen, I actually didn't know snicko was involved in it overall, I've got to be honest. But the emotional side of it has been taken out of it. Like, it feels like everything just gone on pause. Now, you can imagine how Croatia felt when that's gone in, similar to Portugal, and now all of a sudden that's obviously been taken away. I just feel at certain moments, because we are at the World Cup, and it's the slightest of moments that can change someone potentially winning the World Cup and not, you've got to go on the defensive and say, well, VAR ultimately got to the right decision. Yeah. But if we are nitpicking, we are at the biggest competition in world football. And so ultimately we've come to the right decision.
That's it, isn't it? Because, you know, people will say, oh, you're taking all the emotion out. Football's a game of emotions. But it's the right call. I mean, it is. There's no subjectivity here.
No, and that is the thing. They've got to the right call. You just look at it and it's like the emotional side of it, how the highs and the lows. But ultimately, the right decision has they've got to, and that's the biggest thing. Now, if you were part of the Croatian national team, you'd be going absolutely mad. You would be, because you're such a high, and then you feel like you've been hard done by. But if you're in the Portugal setup, then it's perfect.
And also, you think, like, a lot of people obviously don't like VAR, but you feel like this is the moment where it actually has worked, because it's impossible for the assistant referee, almost impossible for them to make that call on the pitch. They've given the goal because on the replay it does not look like the ball has been touched, and in real time it doesn't look like.
If we could watch it, we could sit here and watch that 100 times, and we would never once say, oh, I can see it.
You know, I think a big part of this is, you know, we love to root for the underdog, don't we? And we know that Cristiano Ronaldo can polarise opinion, so maybe a lot of people were rooting for Croatia. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if DR Congo scored a goal like this against England in the 93rd minute, you'd be saying, well, no, the fella's offside.
And also, so this technology is used in cricket, as we say. If that has happened at the World Cup fight in the cricket or in the Ashes or whatever, we'd be saying that's out, and off he goes back to the hut. And so what's the difference if we're using the same technology in football?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we do want to get your opinions on this one, so let us know what you think. This is how you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. Should Croatia's equaliser have stood? That's all we want to know.